Hey, howdy everybody. How's it going? How we doing today? It is currently 7:09 p.m., 10:21, and it's Saturday. Why are we streaming on a Saturday, you may ask? Well, today we are doing a special little short stream, short just chatting stream, and we're actually here today with Emerald Melanard. We are going to be doing a live recording of their Rock Bottom podcast. Uh, I will find a link in a second. So you know what? I'm gonna do that right now. But how are we today? How are we doing? It's a special little stream today. Um, ba-bum-ba. Da-da-da-da-da, da-da-ba-da-ba, da-ba-da-ba, da-ba-da-ba, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. There we go. Found it. If y'all want to go check out Emerald's podcast, link is gonna be right there. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and unmute. Three, two, one. Hey, howdy.
You didn't tell me how much of a gremlin I looked like.
I
I didn't even know that was my background until I saw it. I was like, oh dang.
was thinking about it, but I was like, you know what? It's kind of funny. I like it.
I switched it over to the one I use for coffee stream.
Nice. But yeah, today we're here with Emerald. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Emerald Melanard. I run, I write, and I record the Rock Bottom podcast. You can find it on Spotify. I talk about anything that relates to geology or the earth science. So that can be volcanism, hydrology. Um, Usually I theme more around inorganic materials. So I won't really be talking about biology because who cares?
I like biology.
I don't know anything about biology. That's why I don't like it. If I don't know it. I usually post every Friday. And yeah, I pretty much I'm a agender bear on the internet. So, and I realize you're also agender. So we got two agender bitches in the room.
Yeah, let's go. Both of those are they thems.
I'm an it.
Let me see they them titties.
Let me see them titties. Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah.
Um, yeah, here I'll start my. I start off with recording, and then I do my own introduction for my thing. I just need to remember how they make chicken fuck. Am I not allowed to? Wait, no, I am. Never mind. I'm not recording yet. Okay, so once I join in, he'll start recording, and I'll wait 10 seconds. So are you ready?
I am.
Okay, we're gonna do this in 3, 2, 1.
Now recording.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rock Bomb Podcast. I'm your host, Emerald Melanard, and I'm here joined with a friend of mine. Say hello.
Hi. I'm
This is my
Antasy.
good friend. This is my good friend Antasy. Antasy, tell the amazing people where they can find you.
You guys can find me on Twitter, either under Antasy Art or Papusa underscore, or on Blue Sky at Papusa underscore, or on Antasy underscore on Twitch, which we are actually live streaming that right now.
Yeah, we're live streaming this on Antasy's account. Yeah. I'm trying to. My brain don't want to work right now. Oh yeah. So we're gonna be talking about for about 4 hours. We're gonna be talking about only rocks and how coal can be made and create. No, I'm kidding. We're only gonna be talking about Halloween today. No rocks included. Literally just Halloween. For once, is the only non-geological and or scientifically driven episode. This is just a Halloween special. Because who doesn't like Halloween?
I love Halloween.
It's a 9.5 for me. I love how Christmas. She's defrosting at the current moment, if you know what I mean.
Oh God, Mariah.
Ah, no, I'm kidding. So how this is gonna go is I'm just gonna say we're just gonna say topics, and then we're both just gonna talk about anything that we think about it. So I will start off with saying if you're ready to start, or if you want to start, if this is going too fast, let me know.
Yeah, I'm all good to start.
So, I want to start off with favorite candy you would get during trick or treating, or seasonal candy you can find, versus the worst candy or trick or treating item you can get.
Word. Okay, I am the type of person, at least for my favorite candy, I've been told I'm really weird for this, but my favorite candy to get are like mounds or like almond joys, those like chocolate coconut candies. Because I am a
Those
fiend for coconut flavored
that
things.
it's so good.
So good, and I'm glad you agree. Thank God.
I love it so much. I usually pick for mounds because I really don't like almonds.
Fair.
That's just me. But I love mounds so much.
Mounds are kind of hard
Um,
to find.
Actually, like I can find bars of them like everywhere. To be honest, everywhere I go,
Really?
they're just mounds. Yeah, they might just be like up here thing in Idaho.
That's probably it. So, like, I'm used to finding almond joys, but even then, that's a rare find.
I'm trying to think of something. There was like something that was my favorite, but I kept eating it so much that it stopped becoming my favorite, and that was the vanilla or cookie and cream crunch bars. I love those, but
Oh,
I ate them
really?
so much that I became not liking white chocolate flavoring, and now I hate white chocolate if it's artificial.
Oh, dang, that sucks. My family would love those like white chocolate cookies and cream like Hershey's bars.
Those, oh yeah, that's, I think if it's like good, it's good. Like it's been really difficult to find a really slapping white chocolate bar for me because like it's always
Mm.
an artificial taste to me because excuse me, white chocolate is technically not supposed to exist. It's not really chocolate, and I guess my brain knows it and is like, no, that's not chocolate, you can't have that, it's bad, and then just makes me hate it.
Sucks. Even that's because like also I kind of prefer white chocolate, but mainly I prefer dark chocolate the most. But for me, it's dark chocolate, white chocolate, and milk chocolate. Because milk chocolate actually
Milk
like
chocolate's so good.
makes me sick after a while.
It does. It's so funny because everyone, my favorite candy, and I don't even think you would be able to guess it, but do you know what my favorite candy is?
Rock candy.
You're not gonna, yeah, you're not gonna be able to know. Like everyone's like, oh, it's rock candy because you're Sona, or like other people are like, oh, it's this because of that. It is 70 to 90% dark chocolate.
Ooh, you like that
I
bitter
love
stuff.
bitterness. I love it so. If you know Twiz, they made a character called Bitter, and I absolutely love that character so much.
Oh,
It's my
that's
favorite character
cool.
out of all the ferrets of the flavor ferrets.
I haven't
Flavor, I
seen
think
Twizz's flavor ferrets. I should bother them
they're
about it.
so cute. They're so amazing. I think it's like one savory, one sweet, one salty, and then there's another word for like technically savory or something. It's another word, and then bitter.
Umami.
Yes, yes, that was the word. Yes, which I think
Hmm.
is like supposed to be like kind of spicy, right?
Umami is like the like savory flavor. Like it's not actually
Okay, so it
savory.
might have been spicy, spicy, sweet, salty, umami, and then I just said
Bitter.
umami, like umami, and then bitter. Who I love bitter.
Umami.
Um, I'm also like at the current moment. Also, I just went on a geological trip, so I'm like cutting and pasting pictures into a book.
Oh,
I don't
cute.
have to. I'm just doing it because I want to, and I'm a loser.
We love scrapbooking.
If you can call putting pictures of rocks in a book, then yeah. I'm trying to think what my favorite candy was. Like I'm trying to like I'm picturing. I need to look up common candy to get during trick or treating.
I was about to say, Halloween's a little bit more different in a Mexican household growing up. It was very common for us to eat like fruits and like specific vegetables, like as like a
Oh,
seasonal thing. And my favorite thing that would come up whenever the Halloween season came by was the amount of like candied pumpkin. And it's like homemade candied pumpkin. It's like
candy
so
pumpkin.
soft. It doesn't taste like artificially sweet either. It's like almost like tastes like sugar cane,
Uh-huh.
mixed with like pumpkin puree. So good, so good. I need to
See,
bother my mom to get me one of those.
I see. I said this once before, and somebody really scolded me for it because apparently it was an inappropriate thing to say. But there are times when I really wish I like m- to basically say I really wish my family had more culture or like
Hmm.
traditions. That's basically I didn't say it properly, and they got mad at me, which I see. But like, because literally we have no traditions for any holidays. Any holidays. It's just oh today's Christmas. Oh well, like it's just I made my own traditions for each like holiday, and each of my family members has taken up a specific holiday to really push it into there. My dad is Halloween, so he like puts webs everywhere. He goes in my room, opens my window, and puts webs in there while I'm sleeping. I'm like, why? He's like, he has to put ones on the ground, and then he has to put it right in my window, and he like slaps me awake. He's like, "Come help me blow up the cockroaches. The floatable cockroaches need to be all over the floor." I'm like, "Just calm down. It's 5 in the morning, Dad." And then I'm the same with Christmas. I'm slapping him awake. I'm like, "Dad, you need to come help us put the Christmas tree up. It's Thanksgiving. I don't care. Help me put up the Christmas tree right now." So, like, literally, I will be like, the moment Thanksgiving is over and everyone's like, "Oh, I'm stuffed." I'm like, "Yeah," and I'm bolting out of my chair, running upstairs, getting into the attic, and you can watch me just dragging the Christmas tree downstairs. I'm like, "Christmas time," because that's my thing. It's my thing for Christmas, and I make my own traditions for Christmas. But I can't remember when I stopped like really celebrating Halloween. I mean, I have a little cauldron pail, and I bought like the window stick things of like Happy Halloween,
Hmm.
and little jack o' lantern like pails, that really small ones, and I put them around the room. I also got a fox head somewhere that I just bought because I was like, haha, Harp would like this.
Evil.
um, I know, but I haven't like gone. I haven't like. I had a costume plan. I was gonna make King's dad from the Owl House.
Oh,
Um,
cute.
but I left all my stuff back home because I couldn't. I just there's not enough space for me to bring it on the plane, and I didn't want there to be an issue with me bringing um glue gun, even though I took a massage gun with me, like in my luggage, and
I was
they
about to
wouldn't have
say
checked
you
it.
would have been fine with a glue gun.
I would have been fine, yeah, but like I've heard stories about people having the glue gun go malfunction up there, and I'm like, I'm not gonna deal with that. It's a crappy one. I don't want it to blow
Oh
up in my.
yeah, fair.
But I'm still trying to think. Like, I think I don't like I think the best candy or treat that I've gotten during trick or treating was I think one of my neighbors who I knew really well was like, oh, was giving out specific things to specific neighbor kids that she knew. And
Hmm.
so she would give us these jack-o'-lantern marzipan's. I think I'm saying it right, with little clove sticks in them to look like jack-o'-lantern stubs. And I never tried marzipan from then, and then I ate it, and I loved it so much. And I know
Real.
I think there's a specific type that's down in like southern areas like Mexico and Texas. But I think I'm
Yes.
talking about the almond one, if that's correct, or unless I'm don't
It's
know because
actually
I'm literally
peanut based. It's called
peanut based.
masapan.
Yeah, I think the one that like because like the one that we bought from the store it said pecan or like almond based, like it was a bait like almond on it.
Yeah, usually when you go further up north, you get a lot more like different types of nuts from marzipan. But
True, because
down
they have different
south,
nuts there. Yeah.
yeah, but down south, since there's such like an excess of peanuts, it's really easy just to get the good stuff, and you'll get masapan, which is traditional like Mexican treat. It's a lot
Yeah,
more brittle though, and it breaks apart very fast.
it's much, yeah, it's extremely brittle versus the one that I saw. Because the one that we made up here, I was in Colorado at the time. It was really soft, and it felt like you were playing with like kinetic sand almost.
Hmm.
That's like all I remember from it. I don't think. Did you have any bad uh candies that you would like get in your bag, and you would be like looking at the person like, I'm going. I now know where you live. Okay, watch your.
Yeah, I have a very specific one. Um, there are these. I never understood why anybody liked them, but there are those like almost like chalk stick candies
You mean
that were
like the
like,
cigar ones?
yeah, like those like they're like straight up just like white like cylinder. I hated those. Those tasted awful, and I never understood why anybody liked them. I'd always give them to my older sister because she loved them.
Yeah, I my older sister loved them as well, and would always get them. And I've tasted them, and it's just like for me, it's just like I'll eat them if I have to, and it's like the last thing. But like they're probably gonna be like the last thing. But like also, I would probably eat them first because like I'm like, whoa, a cigar box. Who just threw a cigar box in my bag? And I would probably find out there. I'm like, oh, it's just a stick of this is just a straight up stick of powdered sugar. That's all it
Yeah,
feels like.
awful.
Um, I'm trying to remember what the worst one I got. Okay, so I'm going to say this not because I don't dislike these. I love them so much.
Mm-hmm.
Candy corn. I love candy corn. But there was a
But
time that I got a bag of candy corn, and I'll tell you why I love candy corn because I'm really smart, and I also like black licorice, but I did it in a smart way, and you'll understand when I tell you. But I got a bag of candy corn, and one of the candy corns was really like darkened in color and had a hole in the side, and the side had like looked like it had like stained liquid on it, and there was
oh,
also a hole in the bag with liquid near it as well. I'm like, oh, somebody drugged one of the candy corn. So I threw it away because I'm like, not doing that.
oh my god.
I don't remember specifically who gave it to me because when I saw it, my brain was going, candy corn! And it was this creepy guy that I think later got arrested for like some reason. I'm like, yeah, that proves right.
Wow.
Now, besides me almost being poisoned as a child, the reason I like candy corn and black licorice because no one else likes it. So when Halloween comes around and when I was in elementary school, I would tell everyone, "Hey guys, I love candy corn and black licorice." And we always had like 5 houses that only gave black licorice, like little boxes of Mike and Ike's, or like rolled up things of black licorice, which or like the fennel bites, which are like the weird like it's an Indian dish with fennel, which tastes a lot like it's a spice that tastes a lot like black licorice, and I like
Mm-hmm.
it and as well as candy corn or like little packages. And so everyone would be like, I don't want to throw it away. So when they would come into class the next day, they would all just give me their candy corn and black licorice, and I would walk around away with almost an entire like grocery bag full of candy corn and black licorice, which I love. So I
Nice.
cheated the system by liking something everyone else hated, so I always got all of it.
Yeah, that's kind of why I also liked Mounds a lot because a lot of, or like Almond Joy, because a lot of the people around me did not like that stuff. And
Yeah,
they'd always hand it over to me.
looking up worst things to get in trick or treating just to see.
I was about to say I was a weird kid. I wasn't a huge fan of sweets, so I was always kind of happy when people gave out the like free carrot sticks and stuff.
That's true. That's
Those carrot
true.
stick bags.
Apparently, like I'm looking at it, and apparently, religious books or information. These are some things. Some of these things are like you would not give this to a child, and no one has given this to a child.
I was about to
Uh,
say I think.
razor blades,
Oh yeah.
Splenda packages, sugar packages. Okay, well, I would like a rock. It says a rock. I would like a rock.
You
And we
would
all
like a
know where that
rock.
reference is. This is such a stupid thing because we know where the person that says I got candy. I got this. I got a rock. We all know that's from Charlie Brown. We all know you made that post from Charlie Brown. Shut up,
Yeah.
whatever BuzzFeed you were. But I don't think I can think of anything else. Also, hi, Sundog Vinny. Hi, Vinny. Yay,
Hi.
we have a friendo.
We have someone tuning in. Hello.
Yay. We're just talking about Halloween.
We are in our favorite candies.
Yeah. If you want, I'll like push it over to you to what you want to talk about. We already hit 30 minutes on the thing. I have no idea how we've been long. We've been streaming for 60 minutes. It's gonna be a longer conversation than I thought.
We're all
So
good. But
I'll move it over to you. Yeah.
yeah, I was about to say, I want to know what kind of costumes you wore. Like, what is your most embarrassing? What is your most, and what is your most favorite costume that you've done?
My most favorite. Oh. Ooh, okay. My most favorite, probably at the time, because I remember being so stoked about it, was being Michelangelo. But the one from 2012, the Nickelodeon one,
Mm-hmm.
the one with the audio that goes like, "Why didn't you tell me?" Oh, it's because I just wanted all us to tie. Maybe it's like the one like that one. I
Yeah.
dressed up as Michelangelo, and I was really happy because I got to wave around nunchucks, and I like love that costume. The most
Nice.
like something in the deep back of my mind remembers me being a ghost, but I don't think I was a ghost. But I think the most embarrassing one that I've ever been um, was my 5th grade year. My forehead was really, really big, so I dressed up as Jimmy Neutron.
Oh my god.
I can never find the photo because I think my parents deleted it because they were also embarrassed, but like I hated it so much.
Wow, that is a costume to choose.
I choose it because like everyone kept making fun of my big forehead. So then I decided, you know what? I'm gonna and I came in as Jimmy Neutron. And everyone's like, dang, okay. Slay girl, I get
Slay girl, I guess.
it wasn't around at the time, but yeah, they were like slay girl, I guess. What about you?
I was about to say, I remember one year this was in high school, and I was invited to a Halloween party, but I was also in the like mindset that like one, people don't actually dress up for Halloween parties unless it's like a mask or like a cute dress that the girls would wear. Um and I was like, you know what? I know not to wear like something super flashy, right? Like nothing super like gimmicky. So what I did was I took this like long white t-shirt from Michaels, and on it I painted a like series of text messages that was just like, hey, it was like from one person like in blue text, hey, are you there? Hello. And it was like underneath that it would say red at whatever fucking time I forgot. Um and when people asked what's the shirt about, I was like, I'm ghosted. And I thought that was just the worst fucking joke to go with.
Could you say that again? Because you just cussed twice.
Oh, you are correct. I completely forgot.
Now
I'll,
I have to edit and to sing.
I'll repeat. I'll repeat.
No, it's fine. I'll make it explicit. I only do that because my parents listen to my audio sometimes. So, I'm just going to make it explicit. So, I'll put a warning saying if there's going to be cussing in this video because I'm not dealing with that. I'm not going to edit it. I don't want to. I just want to upload.
Word.
So, you can cuss, but I'll probably not cuss. Uh,
I gotta remember to avoid it. That's on me.
you're all good. You're all good. Uh, I mean, yeah, I
Wait.
can see also, by the way, like if I walked past you and I saw that and you said ghosted, I would not be able to hide the amount of like cringe on my face when you say that. No offense.
Yeah, it was
I would
not
be
a
like,
good
oh,
choice.
I mean, it's a good, I would be like, oh, I mean, yeah, it's creative. I'll give you that.
Was for
But
sure a creative. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Unless you have like more, because like I just had that weird one.
Um, there was one time I tried to go as like a weird like ringleader for a circus, but it
Huh?
was one of those like hot days on October,
Oh
so I couldn't
no.
wear like the full suit or like the makeup without sweating.
So you
So
just looked, yeah.
I looked
Yeah.
disgusting in that, and I felt so bad wearing it.
Oh no. If it's not fun, I don't think I would ever do. Like if I have to do something where like somebody's like, you should dress up because it's fun. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm in pain, and then that's not fun anymore. It's like
Yeah.
it's also same thing with amusement parks. I don't know why. I remember there were so many rides that would just make me uncomfortable and afraid. And somebody's like, "Oh, you're just a coward." I'm like, "No, it's because I've ridden this before, and it made me just uncomfortable. It was not fun. Doing this is supposed to be fun." And it wasn't
Exactly.
fun.
Let's say one of the most fun nights I had wearing a costume was when me and my friends, uh, this was like right after COVID. This was the Halloween after COVID.
Oh, I
Um,
remember.
and we were like, you know what, we need to do a group costume, and we decided to do the Mystery Gang from Scooby
Yo,
Doo. And I chose to be Daphne.
that's amazing. I'm sorry that the I chose to be Daphne like hit like a second after you said it. I'm like, oh wait, please tell me you put like grapefruits in your chest just because that's I
I
like everyone depicts Daphne like that. And I don't know why. It
I
was
did
funny how
not. I will say I relatively have some chest, so I didn't really have to.
fair.
And I the only issue with the costume was a lot of us tried to do it more homemade style. We didn't want to spend a lot of money on it.
Mm.
So I decided to try and dye like temporarily dye my hair. But my hair
Oh
is too dark. So I couldn't really get the orange to come out.
you gotta like bleach your hair to be able to dye it like that, which is
Yeah,
dangerous.
exactly. And I didn't want to buy a wig.
Yeah, wigs can be so expensive.
They can. They really can.
I think um if you haven't seen, I recently got some art from Labby, Mr. Labrador,
I did. It was with you
depicting
and Harp,
Harp
right?
Sona. Yeah, depicting Harp, Sona, Nico, and my Sona Emerald going trick or treating. I forgot to say because I forgot Wolf. Harp's character was based like they're dressed up as Fox McCloud from Star Fox, and
Mhm.
I was supposed to be Wolf O'Donnell from Star Fox, but I forgot to say I wanted the Super Smash Bros, the one with the purple jacket, and they
Mhm.
made it the older version. Um, but I really do want to do that someday in real life when me and Harp are living together. Potentially, is do that where it's like they're Star Fox and I'm Wolf O'Donnell.
That would be
If
super
I
cute.
do that, I would probably have to get like stilts because Wolf is supposed to be taller than Fox, and I'm so much smaller than Harp.
It'd work for a couple's costume. It'd be very cute.
It would be very cute, and I would love it. We also have talked about being like Ruby and Sapphire. I think yeah, Ruby and Sapphire from Steven Universe because they make Garnet. Um, I don't think there's any other characters that would like really. Freddy and Foxy. Freddy and Foxy would work
I was
because
about to say, me and my boyfriend were kind of thinking that as well.
because I my character's a bear and I have a few things, but I really want to do King's dad so bad because I love it. I got the pants for it. I've actually carved out some like circles to like make the symbols, and now I just need to get paint that works on it and just paint them. Um, get the shirt, get the robe, and then I have to start like creating like the gloves and the hat and stuff, which is going to be the most difficult thing, which because
Yeah.
I have no skill with like creating stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. I
Yeah.
had planned to do, if any of y'all have seen this, it is or seen the show, it is called The Bear. It is
Ah, the bear, the diner one.
yes, well, yeah,
Yes.
it's like cooking.
I've seen ads of it. I want to watch it so bad.
You should. It's a really good show, but I wanted to do like the uniform that they wear, which is like a very like strong blue apron with like a
Mm.
like white chef pants, white chef coat, that kind of thing.
I should check what Naughty posted on Twitter. I will do that
Ooh.
after the stream because now you have me interested. Um, I'll put like that in a note, like check Naughty's Twitter.
Yeah, I was thinking that I kind of want to bring the idea of I'm blinking. The like bring the idea to my boyfriend of doing Billy and Stu from the first Scream movie because I think that would be very cute.
That would be. Oh my! Oh, I just saw it, and Naughty made art of me and Heart.
I
Oh,
saw it.
I just saw it. Oh, it's adorable.
Adorable.
He's adorable. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to think. Ow, I just broke my fingernail.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm gonna switch it to another topic.
All right.
Food.
Hmm. I mentioned the candied pumpkin earlier, but
Mm-hmm.
um in the fall time, it's really easy to like switch the type of foods that we eat in the type of household I was in. And I don't know, I always associate it with the fall and Halloween and winter, but pozole, but specifically
Pozole.
spicy pozole. And for those who don't know, pozole is a traditional Mexican or Latin American soup that's made with like soft, like
Oh,
grown
I know.
corn
I want
kernels
to try it so bad.
and like chicken broth with like usually it's served with like a bunch of toppings. At least that's how we do it. We serve it with
Yeah.
like cabbage and radishes and tortillas and that kind of thing. There's just like a bunch of stuff that you can like customize your pozole with.
I'm looking
Um,
it up, and there's so many versions of it. There's like
there's
rojo,
so many.
verde, blanca, pork, mondo, Christmas. Uh,
Christmas
I know Harp is one of his favorite. I'm trying to remember. I think it's pozole de carne.
pozole de carne. Yeah, that just means
I think
it's
that's
beef
his favorite.
pozole.
Yeah, it's beef. I know. I know. I took Spanish. I had to drop out of Spanish because the teacher was like, "I need you to do 24 hours a week," and I'm like, "Girl, I am a geologist. I can barely handle geology and chemistry. I'm not gonna do 25 hours a week.
that's
I
a
can't.
that's a
I don't
job.
have that time. That's a job. I do not have that time." So I had to switch it out for another class because I literally I was like, I can't with this class. I'm going to fail. And I'm more stressed with failing than learning. Like I want to learn the language, not stressed about it.
Yeah, fair.
So I jumped out of it before like I got bad vibes with it, and I'm doing Duolingo now.
Good. I've heard
Yeah,
Duolingo is very helpful.
yeah. I do have a question though. When you say candied pumpkins, do you mean like the mellow cream pumpkins, or do you mean like legit candied pumpkin, like pumpkin that someone candied?
Yes. Like the
I'm looking
actual like
online, and
pump
those
the
look so
actual
good.
like vegetable pumpkin that people
Okay,
would cook in a sugar for a really long time.
that looks so good. I really want to try. It looks like a gel. It looks like something I've eaten kind of grossly at school. No offense.
Eh,
I'm trying to remember something. Somebody made something. We had a day, and I think I told you, but we had a day in my Spanish class last semester. We all had to pick something and make a specific food, and then we would all eat it and stuff. Somebody actually chopped up and brought chicken heart in, which was really cool.
nice.
I didn't try it because I'm a loser. But I made chocolate and vanilla churros. Um,
Hmm.
I had to dump out the oil, and the oil is still outside of my dorm. I did that in April, and it's still there.
Oh my god, you destroying the
It-
ecosystem?
I know it was a pile of rocks, so I don't think I had anywhere else to go, and I'll probably just go back there and quickly put dirt on it to. So yeah, I did something illegal. Yay! But I didn't know where to put it because you're not supposed to put it down the drain, and I didn't have a container I could throw it in and throw it away. Like I don't know what I was supposed to do with it. Um, but somebody brought in, and it was this really crunchy, tough, but really delicious, like chip like stuff. And they said it was like banana leaf or banana bark or something. And I'm trying to remember what it was.
Oh.
Like something with a banana, but it wasn't like an edible part of the banana that they somehow made edible, and it was really good.
Oh,
Um,
interesting.
Now, for me, once again, I said my family doesn't have any traditions, so I've had to create my own traditions. Um, for me, the various items I love eating during this time of the year is I like creating my own apple cider with spices I can find around the house.
Oh.
Um, I really don't like the taste of it being like a little more spicy applesauce. I don't want that, or apple juice. I want it to be apple cider, and I will make it apple cider if the last thing I do. I love making ginger cookies, which have crystalline gingers in them, and it's
Hmm.
super good. and ginger donuts, which for some reason, like more and more times I make them, they just kind of taste off for some reason. I don't know what's going on with them. But I might dole back on flour because it's like a floury taste now,
Mm-hmm.
or I just too much. As well as something I always make around this time of the year, and I want to try making is, and I'm sorry if anyone's listening real quick, I don't like pumpkin pie.
You and my partner are the same way. It's
Here's
so
why,
sad.
and I
It's so
think I've
sad.
talked about it. My mom, bless her heart, I love her so much. She's helped me and to teach myself how to cook. She's helped me a lot through my life, but I don't think she mixes the pumpkin correctly.
Oh,
So there's leftover egg in it. And when she cooked it one time, I just got a straight up half of my pumpkin was my pumpkin pie was just straight up egg yolk, like just cooked eggs, just like
damn.
scrambled eggs in my pie. Um, and then I tried Costco pumpkin pie and it was really good. I also don't like the weird filament that goes on the top. But here's what I want to do. I want to make technically a meringue pumpkin pie where instead of just throwing the eggs in there, you fluff them and then make them like a cheesecake pumpkin pie. I feel like that would be
Ooh.
so yummy,
Yeah.
so good. I'm trying to remember anything else. I mean, I also make pancakes with apples and cinnamon in them.
Ooh.
Um,
Oh, Vinny said
and
they never had pumpkin pie.
to me, Vinny, you're not missing out because it's
Fair.
a 50-50 for me. But something I really want to try is apparently you get a sheet of like cinnamon dough, like cinnamon roll dough, and you make it all cinnamon roll and you roll it up and stuff, but you don't cook it yet. And you cut it really, really thin. And you take those thin pieces and you put them layered and like together in like one layer of like a pie crust, make it cook the pie crust, and then put apple pie filling in there, and then put
Ooh.
on top another thing of the cinnamon stuff. And you make cinnamon iced cinnamon iced cinnabon apple pie,
That sounds
and
really
I
good.
want to try that now. It looks so good.
I
There's
was about to
also so
say
many things. Yeah.
another trick that you can do with the cinnamon rolls is you can also take out like a thin slice and then roll it out like super thin. Uh
Ooh.
and then you can actually fry that and you can make this like easy way of making what we call a buñuelo, which is pretty much like
Oh,
a cinnamon sugar like flour tortilla. It's almost like a sopapilla, but it's really big and like crunchy.
true. I'm trying to think if there's any like food that my family makes this time of year. I guess the basic, and I say this kindly, the basic white person Thanksgiving, black olives, canned cranberries, turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, gravy, the basics.
I was about to
Nothing more.
say, I like cooking a lot. So every time I can, I try to like try something new. But my favorite thing to do during the fall time is make this like vegetable roast with
Ooh.
like almost like a protein bowl type of thing where I would roast sweet potatoes, zucchinis, and broccoli with
Ooh.
like some seasonings, and then I'd serve that with like some like marinated like chicken, and then I'd also do like some quinoa with it. And this grocery store that I live near has this
Kroger.
sauce, like this spicy sauce called harissa, which is so
Oh,
good. But I
I
usually make that.
I at the current moment, like I mean I'm in college. I've been making a replication of a sandwich I make at work, which is called the ham melt, which is just bread, spicy mayo, or no mayo, spicy brown mustard, ham, tomatoes, and Swiss, and that's it. Um, and then because I have to eat only PB and J and that for a bit because I have the stuff to make that, and I got myself PB peanut butter and jelly separately, and then my grandma sent me a care package with like a jar of like the peanut butter and jelly in the jar together, and so I'm like,
Cute.
crap, I gotta make stuff. But one thing I really, 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 really want to make, and I have the recipe in my TikToks, like I've saved it, is I really, really badly want to make a ratatouille. Like somebody has a
Ooh,
really
that would
good
be
looking
really good.
recipe with eggplant stuff. But I think what I'm in, also welcome in Fight with Fun. Hello.
I
Uh,
was gonna say I would
some,
agree that it would make an amazing soup for like
uh,
vegetables.
I've made I tried making this carrot soup, and it didn't go well because we put too much onions in it and it was really gross. But I think what I want to do for a tradition, and I might actually try it, start doing it like this fall, is I want to find every culturally like large culture based, like, you know, Chinese, Mexican, Japanese. I don't want to see if they do or don't celebrate Thanksgiving. I just realized I'm saying this out loud. They don't celebrate Thanksgiving. Only America.
America is the only country that celebrates
It is. I'm
Thanksgiving.
like,
Yes.
well, I mean, like, because I had a friend of mine who was from China, and I remember they did celebrate Thanksgiving, but they put their own twist on it. I want to see, is there any holiday that relates to Thanksgiving that wouldn't be inappropriate to celebrate? And then I want to try and see if I can replicate the food they make for that Thanksgiving or that Thanksgiving
Hmm.
themed thing, and try making it to see if I can make it for myself, because I really like, I just like food. Food is
Food
really
is
good.
so good.
That's one of my favorite things about culture is the food, because it's like somebody tells you about this stuff. Like somebody told me, "Oh yeah, we just have red bean paste in this sugary donut." I'm like, I'm sorry, what? You have beans
It's
in?" And I
yes.
tried, and I'm like, "Whoa, this, whoa, whoa."
I was about to say, Heidi, what kind of holidays do you celebrate around the fall time? Or I guess it'd be springtime for you guys.
Yeah, I just realized, like, I'm saying it. I was saying that out loud of like, what do other people do for Thanksgiving? I'm like, oh no, I'm laying my American out,
You
my
are,
dumb
you
American
really
out.
are. I was about to say
Uh,
I barely ever celebrate Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I know. I don't really like celebrating Thanksgiving, especially with the fact that I don't eat much anymore. So like I don't like celebrating Thanksgiving. But I guess it would give me, like, I guess I could just still make whatever meals would be good idea for like their specific, like, you know. Like instead I'll change it to, I will look up fall traditional food that those like different places make.
I was gonna say, yeah, what kind of for the chat, what do you guys like eat during this time of year, you know?
Yeah, what do you guys eat for fall, not Thanksgiving? Because Thanksgiving kind of sucks.
Also cannot agree with white people Thanksgiving food. This does not slap.
Mm. The only thing that I like that apparently isn't even part of white is, like, I just thought it was part of like quote white people Thanksgiving, but apparently it's just I'm a weird freaking person. Salted beets.
Salted beets. That sounds
I like
very
salted beets so much. And I always got, like, we got a salted beets and not salted beets, and then we salted the non-salted beets, because then I take the juice of the non-salted beets and I make red velvet cake with it.
interesting. I like that. I
Hmm.
like that vegetable alternative for the food coloring.
I do that because I don't like really like Red 40 and I'm trying to avoid it. So it is a good alternative, but obviously you don't want to use. Actually, I think you could technically use salted beets, because then that just acts as the salt. You just get non-salted butter and don't put
True.
salt in it. Mm.
Yeah.
It's a fish, meat, vegetables, but I cook once a week. Ooh.
A mix of fish, meat, and vegetables. Word. I
What's
like
this one
that.
thing? Oh, I just looked up the I don't know how to say it. I'm not even gonna try and say
Goulash.
it. Goulash. That looks good.
I've had goulash before. It's really good. I want to try it
Thing
again.
is, I'm gonna say this, and this is a hard take. I personally think, unless you specifically go to that place that makes it, like, if I want to eat like fish and chips, like, yeah, you can probably find somewhere here that makes it good, but you're not going to have the best quality unless you go to England. Just like you're not going to have the best quality of like a specific food unless you go to that place. And in America, just like we have barbecue and hamburgers.
Yeah,
Like, that's all we got.
it's not bad. It's not a bad
It's
staple.
not it's
And
not
that and
bad.
like
No.
ah oh my bad. What is that?
Technically any food that says blank food, like Mexican food, because like I think Chinese food is technically not Chinese food because America has just diluted it so much to American food. that is not technically quote Chinese food anymore. That's a
Oh yeah.
completely different topic. Like PF Chang's and like Panda Express, that's not Chinese food.
Oh, definitely not.
That's
But
American Chinese
I've
food.
had legitimate Chinese food before. It is very different.
There is this. It's like a Hawaiian themed place that has Hawaiian food. There's a lot of Hawaiian places here, but they have like these like they have sushi and stuff, and I'm like craving sushi now, and I really want to go over there and get sushi.
Oh, pierogies. I've never had a pierogi before.
Pierogi?
Yeah, they're a almost
Oh,
like a Polish dumpling.
oh,
Vinny could
I
probably explain them
love
better.
that. No, I've had that before, and I, am picky, and if I'm out and about, I will not eat. Those are like the one time food that I tried, and I ate the entire plate as fast as I could without even caring if I felt sick. Like it was during the peak of an eating disorder. I got some of that. I was like, it's gone. It's gone. Gone.
Nice.
Eaten. But anyway, I feel so bad because I just my family like I guess the best way I could say it is my family's bland. I want flavor. I want taste.
Yeah.
I want to feel excited to explain, hey, this is my family, and not just be like, this is my family, and then just put a white piece of paper on the wall. That's my family. I mean,
Yeah.
like, I guess like the only dynamic that my family has is they have two extremely mentally ill gay people. So
If you have something you translate, it would be called cheese noodles. Oh, okay.
oh,
Feel free to share the word. Yeah, go ahead.
I
I'll
technically
go ahead and allow it.
I looked into my culture, not culture, but like what's it called? My DNA stuff, my goopy gop inside my body, and apparently, I thought it was just England and or German, like my parents, because like, well, I was adopted, but they thought that because of how similar we were.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, I am like over 50% French, so I might
Oh.
tie back in and just looking like what's French culture, what can I derive back
Oh my
to,
god. I
like
would argue French food is one of the pinnacles of um like cuisine. It's one of those like pinnacles of
the only
cuisine.
issue. Well, technically,
Oh, go
Ratatouille
ahead
from
and
the
whisper it
French.
to me, fight with fun.
The only issue I think I'm gonna have is I know French food has a lot of cheese in it, and and specifically mozzarella. I think no, that's Italian, right? French is like is Parmesan.
Oh, that's how y'all do it. I was about to say we slow cook our apples whenever we cook with them for the most part.
I need to do research. I'm like so like if anyone's like you're not culturally diverse, no, because I'm culturally diverse in rocks. If you tell me, hey, what's this rock? I'll be like, oh, that's malachite. And if you tell me what's something that like this culture celebrates, I'm like, you can lie. Uh, I'm a loser. That's what. Anyway, I don't know of any other topics to think about, like Halloween.
All right. Got it. Hasnoodle action or action.
Ooh.
Also, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. All right, I'll go ahead and post it if for
Oh no,
anybody
the
else that wants to
humongous guy's
see
on my
it.
face.
Those
The
look
humongous
really
guy's
good.
the humongous guy is literally was just teabagging my face.
Oh my god.
Oh, I okay. I have a good question because I feel like a lot of people have very solid and hard opinions about this. What is your favorite, least favorite, and an item you saw and were like, I'm not even going to touch that? Seasonal item at the store.
Seasonal item at the store. Ooh.
Yes. I if I can go first because favorite seasonal stuff, caramel apple Tootsie Pops. Oh my gosh, I love them. So like the green
I've never
apple, the
had that
caramel.
before.
So I literally bought my friend bought an entire bag for me, and I went feral over it. I love them so much.
Real?
Um,
That's not a regional
least favorite.
dish is national. Nice.
I'm trying to remember what my least favorite was. I think my least favorite. was at the Burlams I am shopping at right now. They have these what they're called zombie donuts, and they're
Oh,
supposed to
what?
have they're dyed green inside, which that's not healthy for you. They're covered in chocolate, but the insides have those like hard candy items of like quote bones, like this Tootsie Pop, whatever the sweethearts.
Oh,
And I'm like,
what?
no, absolutely not.
That
Do
sounds
not put that in.
terrible.
Yeah, I hate it so much, and this is also why I don't like a lot of food. Is because there's food that's soft but it has hard bits inside. I'm like, do not give me that.
That is not
I
okay.
hate that so much. I want to be able to feel safe biting something and not bite crunch because I will break my teeth, which are all fake. And an item I like, and I that's technically the item I saw, and I'm not even gonna try with. But the item I did not like. Uh oh,
So,
ooh,
Vinny, we actually use cream cheese in our cheesecakes for the most part.
you
Some
guys
people
use
use
cream
special stuff.
cheese?
Yeah, we use cream cheese at least down here.
So somehow I messed up extremely bad and I made some alternative to cream cheese. I used marshmallow and like whipped cream, and I somehow made a cream cheese alternative, and I made a Peeps cheesecake, or
Interesting.
technically just a Peeps cheesecake without cream cheese.
Cheesecake.
So technically, it wasn't even a cheesecake; it was just a peep cake.
It was a peep cake.
It was a peep cake.
Yeah, the
I don't know how I did it. I was just like, I'll use this, and then my mom's like, "This is really good. What'd you do?" I'm like, "I just did this," and my mom's like, "How?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
yeah.
Um,
Oh, but Polish Sternik uses cottage cheese. Neat. Yeah, usually I think most cheesecakes are made traditionally with cream cheese.
Yeah, my parents make it with cream. I don't even know if my mom does not make cream cheesecake.
I should
But
try doing it again. It's been a long time.
I have
But
so many recipes and stuff I want to make, but I can't. I'm limited to like what I have. I'm gonna probably after the stream go make foamy coffee because it's literally just instant coffee, sugar, and water, but it's also caffeinated. And I had a Celsius today. Um, I did not like it. I'm a Monster drinker. I drink Monster Energy
Celsius
drink.
is an acquired taste.
I got what I hate. I do not like the Mountain Dew Halloween things. I don't like them.
I haven't tried
That's the
it. I
thing
should
I
do
bought.
that.
I bought one last or 2 years ago, and I did not like it whatsoever. It just tasted like I was drinking like cinnamon with battery acid, which everyone's like, "Oh, that's what Monster is." I'm like, "No, Monster tastes good. This, this is what tastes like it. This is what's gross.
I,
Mountain
I
Dew
would
is
not
what
recommend it.
I would not recommend it either. Like Harp was like, "I'm gonna drink a Mountain Dew." I'm like, "Hun, you can drink anything you want. Once you drink a Mountain Dew, I will break up with you. Do not drink it." That's my hard take of like bad hatred. So now to you, what's the one thing you love and look forward to for every season? And what's the thing you got and you hated? And what's something you looked at and you're like, I'm not even gonna try touching that.
Okay, for me, one thing this is actually a very recent discovery. Starbucks released this apple crisp oat milk shaken espresso.
Ooh, I had that.
It
I
is
had that.
so good. I was like genuinely surprised. I'm like, dang, this is actually really good. Uh,
I I didn't really like it, but that's only because I forgot to ask for no milk, and I had a horrible time in the Target bathroom. So
oh, I'm so sorry, but
yeah.
I tend to like my coffee less sweet. And Starbucks loves making their coffee super sweet.
I like my
Um,
tea like I like my women. I don't like tea.
oh, you're so mean. I was going to say,
I
I
like
love
my
tea. I love tea.
I
Um,
like tea, but like I'm not much of a tea drinker, and I only think this comes from the fact that down in the roots, my family is LDS, so we never were like introduced to tea. And when I first was introduced to tea, it was like the bad tea from McAllister's. No offense, McAllister's,
I
but
was about to say, I
I'm
have a
so
lot of
glad
good
we
tea in my
I
community.
haven't. I haven't. Did you try McAllister's when you were like over here, in Fort Worth? I feel like you did. It was either you.
We have a McAllister's near where I live.
I'm so sorry.
What is IDS? Yeah,
IDS. What is IDS?
yeah. You said it earlier. Like your family's IDS.
LDS.
Oh, LDS.
So LDS is a religion, better known by a lot of people, but technically not said, is Mormons. They technically, and I will fight. I will fight them so much. I hate that so much. Like, I will be stopped when I'm saying LDS, and they're like, no, it's the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I'm like, shut the
Oh, Church of Latter-day Saints. Okay. I've heard of that
I
before.
they no coffee, no tea, no nothing, no nothing. But
Oh.
yeah, but it's a cheaper college if you're in the church. So
Oh yeah, I forget.
yeah, I'm going to BYU-I, which is the Idaho BYU, which is pretty more lenient. They're like, BYU is like, oh, that somehow sounds sad. Yeah, it is.
It's a little
It is.
restrictive. I understand.
It's really restrictive. Yeah.
Oh, I'm trying to think what is that like holiday item that I like tried and did not like.
That was a hard one. If it has to tie into the one that you looked at and you didn't like, that's fair too, because it's a difficult one to think about.
It is. Usually I'm a huge fan of pumpkins, so it's really hard for me to find stuff during the fall season that I don't like. Um
True.
I'm trying to think.
Wrong layer.
Wrong fucking layer. Oh, I
No,
have
you're
such
good.
a sailor mouth. I am so
No,
sorry.
you're good. I'm just gonna do explicit stream, and if my parents are like, blah, 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 I'll be like, well, shut up. Love you, but shut up. I'm a 20-year-old man. This is my podcast. Shut up.
uh, I'm really trying to think.
The thing is, like, everything has a seasonal item.
I know. I know for sure. I try to avoid those like pre-made like cookie like sugar cookie boxes.
Oh, you mean
Um
Loft House cookies?
the which ones?
Loft House. Okay, so those are the ones
Oh,
that are
not the
like
Loft House, the
really
Pillsbury ones that have
okay.
like the pumpkin designs on them.
Yeah, those ones are
Because
kind
I've
of
never
gross.
liked
I don't
those. I've
like.
never liked the
I
Pillsbury
never
sugar
liked it.
cookies.
If you're about to say Loft House cookies, we're about to have a fight because I freaking love Loft House
I've
cookies.
never had Loft House cookies, I don't think.
I tried making them once, but I religiously love those things. I will eat them until I get sick because I love them so much. I love the red velvet ones too. They're so good.
They are.
Uh,
I don't think
I
there's
had another
really
question,
anything
but
that I don't like. Ooh,
gingerbread.
exactly. Gingerbread's really good.
I feel like gingerbread's more of a Christmassy one though. Like I feel like if I
Yeah.
eat it, Santa will like levitate down from the like heavens and just strike me dead. And or Jesus, because apparently it's also Christmas. Well, like they'll both just be holding hands, coming down, and be like, "You have sinned. You have eaten gingerbread when you shouldn't have."
Oh,
But I'll be like, "No,
you know what I don't like?
me."
Um, I like you. Uh, those it's usually like an Easter thing, but I do get them occasionally, or like I see them a lot more frequently in the fall as well. Probably because they are a candy. But it's those like orange like creme eggs. Like they're just all the creme eggs in general. Those
Oh,
like
you mean the ones
chocolate
filled
eggs
with
filled with like
caramel,
cream. No, not just caramel, cream. It's like a weird like
cream, and
white
caramel,
cream.
and they have like a dark chocolate one that I did not like. But yeah, I get that because like they're either like when you go buy them, they're either like half open, broken, or just a mess when you're trying to open them. And it's like you have to eat them at home with a sink near like right next to you. And it's like no.
Oh, it's Christkind. It's Jesus who brings you the present. Oh, that's sick. Shout out to Jesus for pulling in his weight.
Oh,
Um,
so my
but yes,
parents lied, saying
there's just
Santa
like
goes all over the.
I always hated just like the taste of those like creme eggs, and I
Yeah,
like
because it's not good chocolate.
there's just like one of those things I associate with the holidays in general. Like as soon as fall hits, I see them I'm like, oh, I don't want to look at
Oh yeah.
this.
I think okay. There's a specific like during Easter. There's two candies I love with a burning passion, that only came around that year, and there was the Nerds jelly beans, which are like were the purple, red, and yellow and orange ones.
Oh,
I loved those so much. I stopped liking them because they made them year round, and like the special like they're good, but they're also expensive, and the special feeling just went away.
dang.
Second is Cadbury. I know Cadbury eggs make like the big ones that have the cream that you're talking about, but Cadbury also makes really small ones that are like the hard chocolate shells with like the really small
That's
ones.
the ones I'm talking about. The Cadbury eggs. I
You don't
don't
like the
like
small
those.
ones?
I don't like those.
The small ones you don't like? I love
No.
those. Because they made a Halloween and or not Halloween but autumn one. Give them to me. I love them. I love them so much. I love the chocolate. I just because it's like not artificial chocolate. It's like the only chocolate. It's also that's the only brand of white chocolate I found that I actually like. So I
Yeah.
like it.
See, I
I also
did
don't
know
like
that. I did know that Saint Nicholas brings presents in Poland. I was aware of that. I know some of the Santas throughout the region or throughout the world. I guess I should say.
here what happens is the great potato levitates out of the Idaho ground, and if you're not asleep, he'll fry you alive into French fries. That's
Terrifying.
the great Saint Potatoist.
Oh,
Um,
and did you say you had a question?
I did. I'm gonna say fruits and vegetables, and you're gonna tell me because I like this is Halloween, but like I feel like a lot of fruits and vegetables are like if you like, of course you can eat them anytime, and like except for some, which is like why are you eating this in the middle of winter, like or like why are you eating a pumpkin in spring? I'm gonna say a fruit or or you fruit, and you tell me like what time frame during like winter, like we're gonna go from winter beginning fall, like winter to like spring to fall to like then kind of winter but like Christmassy winter and then like normal winter. So starting it off, strawberries.
Interesting.
I think that they are most enjoyable um in late spring, early summer, in like turnovers and cakes, and then
Nuts.
like lemonade nuts. That's when I say strawberries should be enjoyed. I don't know, I've based every fruit into a category of like where it's best enjoyable, and then I'll enjoy it at that moment.
Oh, you guys get two? Dang.
They get two Christmas. Dang, that's lucky.
For me, my favorite things to eat in the wintertime are like roasted sweet potatoes and yams.
Ooh, true.
Just like either like in like a casserole or just like straight up roasted with like a little bit of salt. They are so good. That and roasted corn. Um if
Ooh,
y'all are familiar with any kind of like Mexican culture, we
roasted.
call corn elote, but Americans also call, or we also call, I guess Americans just call it elote, but we call it vaso de elote. It is pretty much just like a cup filled with like roasted corn, uh, with either like mayonnaise or sour cream, a little bit of like cheese on top, some chili powder, lime. Usually, you kind of do it however you want. Um, that's usually how the vaso de elote is made. It is so good when it starts getting cold because it's just like it like warms you up. You get all like the creamy like spicy flavors, and like you just like it is such a good feeling. I do not
Everyone
want to
in
be
chat
reminded of
talking about
Krampus.
everyone's talking about Christmas. I'm like, I literally have a jack o' lantern right next to me with a gun to my head if I don't talk about Halloween. So
I was about to say I bought some towels from Target that are spider themed, and I put them in the
ooh,
kitchen.
I bought some stuff from Hobby Lobby, which I've learned if you're buying kitchen cutlery from Hobby Lobby, it is only supposed to be used for decoration because I use
Yes.
them and they're literally destroyed within one use. So
Yep.
I've learned that now. But for me,
I've
I
got a
feel like
partner
with
in
my
many
family, because I do
crimes.
have a
I'm
family,
gonna ask him to help,
I feel
okay?
like my family.
Hey, Michael!
Um, watermelon, obviously, during summer.
Mm,
Same with lemons, but lemons kind of transition from spring into summer, and then berries and stuff like raspberries, strawberries, blueberries, all spring. Berries are spring and stuff. And then you get to fall. That is where I believe pumpkins, corn, um, apples,
classic
um,
cranberries.
cranberries. I'm not the best fan of cranberries, but then also that's where I feel like potatoes really peak. Like I know potatoes are eaten all over, but that's where I feel like I will eat the most potatoes is during
Mm,
fall. Which, speaking of which, I might get potatoes and start doing baked potatoes because I haven't had a good baked potato in a long time. That was something that my school would do
Yeah,
if like
that's
they didn't have
definitely
any food.
that
They
type
would
of
just have a baked
region.
potato. I know it's so good. Winter for me, I feel like that's the time of like chocolatey items, oranges, red velvet.
Really?
Um, and there's like one more thing I thought about that like really just like I feel like that is like if you eat this, it's gonna be like I'm gonna eat this during winter. Trying to remember it. Trying to remember. Trying to remember with yams, obviously.
Well, your turn.
Wintertime is fish. I've eaten a lot of fish during winter, but like I'm not the best fish person. I'm like what licorice. Red licorice for some reason for me that is a fall that's a winter item. And
Word.
marshmallows. Yeah, I'm a weird person.
For me, a winter item for me is fruit punch.
What?
Um, yes, because the
Okay.
way we do it in Mexico is a very different. Um, we do it's like it's almost like an apple cider, um, but we slow cook like a bunch of different fruits together, and
Oh,
we call
okay.
it ponche, and it's something that you always have during like Christmas or New Year's or things like that. Grapes are also really common during the fall time, not
I
fall
just
time,
looked it
winter
up.
time.
Oh, I know that. Oh, it has that like is that what you make with the it's like the cone item. I see it all the
Yes,
time at the store.
that is just straight up sugar.
That looks so good. And it's like
Ooh,
looking it up, it's like all Christmas and fall themed.
I should
Okay.
look up y'all's fruit punch.
Harp has also told me about a lot of this stuff that like makes me excited to go visit and like try these things because like I'm a sucker for spices and stuff like this.
Real. The way we
Yeah.
do it, at least in Mexico, is that we make it without all the alcohol, and then the adults will then add either
Add
like a
their own.
tequila or like a whiskey to it if they want to get a little tipsy. But usually it's something that everybody can enjoy because you're usually in those types of gatherings. You're gonna have a lot of kids running around. You're gonna have people that need to drive home, that type of thing.
So you have like the few people that are like, oh, we're not gonna drink.
Yeah, and then the kids, of course, but kids love the ponche because they get all the fruit, they get the like sweet drink. Um,
Ooh, you get the spices.
yes, the spices.
I
It's
feel like
it's like
trying to.
a little dessert. Also, what else do I eat in the winter? We eat a lot of like stewed meats.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because like for I don't know why. Like I'm pretty sure I don't know if you've written like this, but every winter, just all the meat just goes missing.
Mm-hmm.
It's gone. So if you want meat, you have to have had it either jarred or canned. Which my family does have a few weird meat things jarred, which for some reason aren't horrible yet. And like it's weird. It's really weird because my mom's like, "Oh, this is a jarred. This is a can. This is a jar, and it's like fully covered and it's like wrapped up in like felt or something." And my mom's like, "Oh yeah, this is one that my grandma canned with my mom when she was a kid." I'm like, "So we're gonna open a jar of meat that's older than you?"
I was about to say
And my mom's
spam's
like,
really good.
"Yep." And she opens it up and she pulls one of the things out and it's still raw. Like there is still pink in it. I'm like, and I know, like, I keep looking it up, and it's like that's not scientifically possible. I'm like, okay, well, I guess my family's magicians. I guess they're magic. I guess they're witches. That's why my mom doesn't like Halloween because she doesn't want us to find out her secret. What happened? My
uh,
family's also really weird. We have weird issues with like everything. we have we have like I don't know.
also, I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, another weird thing is not only like slow cooked meats, but during the like wintertime it's really hard to take care of animals, so there's usually a consistent like stream of like animal guts and intestines.
Oh no.
And that's something I really enjoy. I really have grown up to like that kind of stuff. Um
The guts and or like the guts and stuff, or like eating the guts and
Eating
stuff.
the guts and stuff.
Okay, that's gross, but no offense.
There's a soup
Um,
that's specifically made with all that. Yeah, I was about to say I think it's mainly just a weird thing in the for like Americans. Uh,
Yeah,
but for us, we have this soup called menudo, which is like this really slow cooked thing with like tripe and like pig intestines, beef intestines. Sometimes people would put beef tongue, um, or like cow tongue. Really good stuff.
yeah.
If you
Honestly,
like,
thinking about
if
it, it's not. Yeah,
yeah,
I think it's
yeah,
also because
exactly.
anytime I've seen those items, it's on something like if you know Eat It or Eat It from Smosh, or if you know Rhett and Link, they did this thing where they would make these like will it blank, and they were like will it chocolate, and they took a bunch of items and saw if it was chocolate, and the last one's always gross stuff. And so I think I just like growing up, I always watched the videos where it's like, oh my goodness, I got a cow's tongue, and it was supposed to be something bad. When other cultures are like, oh, a cow's tongue, amazing, and like I know it's because once again, American white made it all wacky.
Yeah,
Um, but also it's funny because we're the same culture that sits there and is like, ew, guts, no thank you, and then turns around and eats like bags of chips with like billions of chemicals that are probably much worse. But I think the thing for me is like even if you were to able to like bleach, clean, and whatever, I know you don't bleach, but like if you were to clean the intestines, I just can't. If it touched poop, I can't. I can't. I'm sorry.
really,
I'm a really bad germaphobe. Like I will go to the bathroom after using going number two, wash my hands with soap and water, and then use hand sanitizer because I'm just like I can't. Like I
dang.
can like it's like I can feel the germs on my like body. I can't. If I got over it, yeah, probably. Um, having the American a big problem with carp?
Um,
I don't
I
know
don't
if we're
think they have
having
a
a problem.
problem with carp. I think it's just like not common here.
I don't know if I
We
have a
have a lot
problem
of
with carp, but
trout. We
with
have a lot of like bass and catfish. Here in
we have a
the
lot of catfish.
yeah, here in the
Yeah,
U.S. we have a lot of like those types of fish. I was about to say we eat catfish, and that's a bottom feeder. I think it's just like we don't have a good surplus of carp unless you're like a little further north. Um,
I
but it
heard
is
that we
really cool that
might.
you guys eat a lot of like crab during during Christmas time, or
Oh
like
yeah,
not
crab.
crab, not
Crab
crab,
is
fish.
no, but I feel like crab. I feel like crab for me would like I don't know why, but thinking of crab, that's like a Christmassy item for me. I don't know why.
Oh, it's probably because that like slow cooked like
True. I also think it's because of like, and I literally remember this talking about this from environmental science back
ooh,
in.
eel is so good. Eel is so
I haven't
good.
had eel. I think the craziest thing I've had is alligator and kangaroo beef jerky. That's the craziest things I've had.
I've had sea urchin before. Not my favorite. It's really like intense. Like it's a really intense flavor. I probably would maybe try it again, see if it was like better quality or the one I got was just bad quality.
I
But sea
think
urchin's a lot for me.
I think when the word I don't know if I tried it, but I remember way back my parents told me a story about how we had some really bad neighbors. Um, I like I've asked them questions and like all they would tell me is they're like they were American and that's it. So I don't know what their culture was. I don't know like what type of people they were. I don't even know what like race they were. That all they tell me is American. I'm like okay. But apparently like pets would go missing in the neighborhood right before a potluck, and they were using the pets in their food.
Oh, that's fucked up.
So they literally were feeding cats and dogs to people.
Very messed up. What the heck?
Yeah, that was like, and my like I've asked my parents so many times, and they're like, "No, it's real," but I have no idea if they're still fucking. They're messing around with me, but like that's what I was told. And sometimes I ask them, and they're like, "I don't know what you're talking about." I'm like, "Oh, okay, fine, never mind then." But yeah, apparently we had bad neighbors. It might have been no, yeah. Um, but yeah, the weirdest thing I've had is only alligator beef jerky, which was tender, and kangaroo beef jerky, which I don't remember the flavor because it was years ago, years ago.
Alligator's a lot
Um,
more fishy than I thought it'd be.
I think
I've
I
had
remember
it
it being
before, but it's a
fishy.
lot more like oceanic than I thought it would. It's like it's
Yeah,
almost like a
might have been
fishy
saltwater.
chicken.
It's like there's saltwater alligators and there's not. But I think the reason I was gonna say I think the reason I like implement crab and lobster and that stuff with Christmas is because I might be wrong, but I believe crabs kind of like an invasive species of crabs migrates somewhere near America's coast, and we obviously don't want it because it ruins the ecosystem. So we just catch them, kill them, and eat them. But it usually happens around that winter up in like Alaska and Washington.
Oh.
I think I could be wrong because I know there's somewhere in like over where I think Vinny and Fight reside that has a
Oh.
huge pile. I remember an episode of Gordon Ramsay going there and talking about the invasive species of the crab and how like and I know in some places like here in Texas and Fort Worth, if you go fishing, even if you don't have a permit, if you go fishing and like they come up to you and like, hey, you're fishing, you're not supposed to, you don't have a permit, and you say that you're fishing. I think it was like I'm trying to remember, like it was a specific fish, and you say, "Oh, I'm fishing these fish." They'll be like, "Oh, okay." And it's like if you don't, or if you're not trying to fish the fish, and you catch one and you put it back, you can get fined, or if you don't kill it, you can be fined. But it's apparently a gross tasting fish, so you just have to kill it because it's an extremely invasive species. So like you get fined if you throw it back because it's an invasive species, and you don't get in trouble if you're trying specifically to fish that fish, which works because a lot of dads will take their kids who like don't have permits, and you'll still get yelled at if you don't have a permit, even if you're a kid out
Mhm.
fishing, and they'll just be like, "Oh, we're trying to fish this fish," and if you like catch the wrong fish, you'll just quickly throw it back. And if you catch the fish that you're not supposed to have, then usually I think some people will like I have a neighbor who will get those fishes and then they'll like grind them up and salt them and they'll just like have salted grind because apparently salt and like preserving them in salt makes them taste better, which I think I've tried it and it was good, but something's burning in my dorm. Oh
Oh my
no.
god.
That's my dorm mates. They probably burn stuff. I had to put a paper that says who's taking out the trash next on the near the trash cans because it kept getting overfilled and I kept taking out the trash. And I'm like, nope, I'm not being your maids. I put a poster here. You're gonna do it next with a little clip and then move it down. But yeah, I've been talking so much. I don't know if there's anything else you have.
I do
Um,
actually. There's one last thing I feel like is really important during like the Halloween fall time. Movies. It's like the one
oh,
of the biggest things. Like what I'm gonna ask the audience and I'm gonna ask you, what are like your
I'll let audience go
favorite
first.
movie? What is your favorite movie to watch during this time of year? Whether that be horror or like adjacent to it, or just like it's something that you've just kind of like tied to this time of year. But it doesn't even have to be movie, like specific like cartoon media, that kind of thing. Like what do you watch during that time? Because I am a horror fanatic, and I could rave on about like horror movies and that kind of thing.
I'm a horror baby.
Horror. Yeah,
I
there's a certain. It's really hard to find a really good scary horror movie now. But I like a lot of the
the
direction they go with suspense and thriller.
some of them have been really good. Obviously, one of the horror movies I'm excited for is Five Nights at Freddy's, which I'm really
I'm
excited.
excited for that to be bad.
I know it's going to be bad, but I still want to watch it. Okay. But the one thing I have about horror movies is the one rule I have is if a kid character gets hurt really bad or dies on screen, or if a dog or an animal gets killed, no, I'm done. I do not want to watch that movie at all.
Fair.
Jaws literally had a scene where, of course, they didn't show it, but they showed blood in the water where a kid got eaten. I'm like, no, I'm done. I'm not watching this anymore.
I
And
actually
like, I
haven't seen
stopped
The
watching
Fifth
Jaws.
Element. I should watch it.
I haven't seen. Apparently, also in Jaws 2, they they find the kid in the shark's stomach alive. I'm like, no, that's worse.
Yeah,
That's worse. They
I
were in the
understand why they
stomach.
do it though.
Yeah, but like, no, they were in the stomach alive. That's trauma.
It
That's
is.
so much trauma.
It is, but
Like,
that's what I like about horror. It's not realistic. You get to just like imagine the kind of like writing that goes into it, you know?
yeah, the first horror movie I watched was Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
I love that movie. It's really
I
good.
liked it. It was my first horror movie. And then recently I watched Unfriended, which I think it was a good movie. could clearly see that it was like made by college students. And so that's why it was on Netflix. But it was a really good movie for
Actually,
me.
it originally released a long time ago. It was just a really small budget movie. But I like
That
that
yeah,
movie a lot.
'cause I could see the CGI was a little wanky, but I
At the
love the
end for sure.
concept of I love the concept of like you're seeing the perspective of the laptop. And I've seen a few movies, like there's one called Missing, where this guy's daughter goes missing and he uses
Which I
her like
love.
yeah,
Like the
he
fact that horror films are usually low budget, which is
yeah,
which allows for a lot of like interesting creativity.
they
Um,
always do.
the original like Evil Dead, like the first one, which is one of my favorite movies, was such a low budget film, but they were able to do such good like practical effects. It was just like I argue Evil Dead is one of the greatest like horror movies for when it came out, purely because of how much they were able to do with it, you know?
Yeah. I think right now the only like movies I can watch that are horror movies is on Netflix. So
Fair. I
um
always go out and seek stuff. Like I think the most recent horror movie that I really liked was Talk to Me, which was
talk
actually originally a short or like a short movie made by a couple of Australian dudes, and then A24 decided to pick it up and turn it into a full feature length film.
there's a few movies on like there's one that I saw that I was like, "Oh, that's going to be a terrifying movie if I wanted to watch." And that's Get Out
I
and Us.
love, 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 love Get Out. Get Out is such a good movie, and I love Jordan Peele. Such a good
Oh, there's
writer.
also another movie called Light Outs, which I've seen the concept of lights out where you turn off the lights and the monster's there. It's like, "Oh no."
Mm-hmm.
Like
Lights
that.
Out, I think, had a good premise, but it had the writing made it really hard to like stick the landing of what it was trying to say. I think overall
Mhm.
it's a pretty good movie, but they definitely could have handled their message a little better, I would argue.
I don't think it's a horror movie. It's technically a horror movie, but I think it's a horror comedy. Groundhog Day, or no, Happy Death Day and Happy Death Day 2
Oh,
were also
such
really good
such
movies. I
fun
love
movies.
I love time travel movies. I love like the only like and I say
I
this
hadn't seen
like
the second one yet. I need to.
it was so weird because I thought it was like they did it in a way that made you think you were watching the first one, but then stuff happened where like, oh, this is not the first. Like you're like, is this the first one? This is the first one. That's not the first one. What? Whoa. And it's like, whoa! Like I loved it. I like honestly like that's the one time I've seen where it's like the first one's like, wow, that was a really good movie. The second one, wow, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now if they make a third one, it's gonna suck because like no,
They've
like
passed their campiness level.
yeah. As well as they ended the second one with like a really good joke on getting back on a bad person, so it was like nice. But I still love the audio of like, Brittany, where are you? You're gay.
You're gay.
I thought that came from the first one. Apparently, it came from the second one, and I
Oh,
was like, "What?"
really?
Yeah, I was like,
I,
"Really?
I
Can we
still need to watch the
what?"
second one.
It was
So
good.
it's so good.
You need to watch it because then you'll understand everything. You're like, "Oh, that's why." Okay, like it's
That
yeah.
scared me so bad. They
Trying.
they redeemed a DVD skill check sound.
Oh, did you PTSD from that?
Yeah, I was like, where is it? Where is it?
I think the noise that I get scared from the most, is there's a sound that apparently is normal on normal phones and computers of and it's supposed to be the sound of like, hey, you just got a pizza order when I worked at a really bad Domino's. And so I hear that sound sometimes in college and I'm like, I'm fine,
Oh
I'm fine,
God,
I'm fine. And I'm like, no, no, not the
the
pizzas.
Domino's trauma.
Not the PTSD, the pizza stress disorder.
Oh God, that reminds me. I hope
Hello.
that pizza places during Halloween. I'm sure you know this since you said you worked at Domino's, but having to like that is like a day you cannot take off, and also the fact
Yeah.
just like that alone. How is Halloween as a pizza place if you've ever worked it?
I did. I mean, I had to.
Try it out. See what
Um,
happens.
for me personally, I made
There it is.
candy corn themed macaroons, like French macaroons, the hard ones to make. Went to work, and then my parents found my trash phone, which had all my stuff on it. And I like that my dad just sent me a photo, which annoyed me because I've told my dad, like, hey, I don't care if you find drugs in my room. Do not text me a photo of them and say we found drugs in your room while I'm working. Because then I'm gonna think about that and I'm not gonna work well. So I don't care if you have like you found drugs or alcohol in my room, which they had never. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't text me. I will block your number during work if you do this.
Oh
Um,
God, yeah. Not
but it was
fun.
not fun because we got a lot of prank calls. One of the people I think had their car egged while
Oh my
they were on the
God.
way. Yeah, it was really bad. Someone got fired during Halloween as well because they were driving down a like active street where kids were. They went down at 80 miles per hour and almost hit
Whole.
a bomb. So she called him, was like your driver, like we have evidence, like, and he's like, okay, like my manager's like, okay, 1 second, ma'am, I'll do something, and puts the speaker and like, um, and then went up to the driver and was like, driver, please explain your name and your car, and like, of course, the woman's like, oh, that's him, and was like, this is him, okay, get the fuck out, you're fired, and we're like, dang, okay, okay.
You guys do not mess around on Halloween. Oh my God.
He did not mess. He was furious because apparently his sister got hit by a car during Halloween. She's okay. She was okay, I think. But of course, like that's gonna be like, oh, if you're doing this, and yeah, go, get gone. You're gone. Um, but
They are
he was
not
also
strong, actually.
he was a mess. He was a horrible person. He was a bad manager.
Oh damn.
Um,
That sounds about
I
right.
have worked in McAllister's though, and we decorated around the place. It was really nice. I did work Halloween night. It was really cute because a lot of parents would come in after trick or treating or before trick or treating with their kids dressed up, and so you just have like a bunch of kids running around in their costumes, and like sometimes like some adult
I'm
people just
aware. I'm
walking
aware.
up. Hmm. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
But it was really cute. I was like, oh, there's so sweet. Because like it reminds me of my little sister dressed up as like Elsa, and like and Elsa's running around. I'm like, oh.
Cool.
Um, but yeah, I don't even remember the original. Oh, favorite movie, Halloween Town, 100%.
Oh yeah, I haven't thought about that in a second.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy movie. Really
I
good
only
family
like the
fun.
first one. After the first one, it kind of just stopped being cool.
I loved how campy it got. I always watched them every time they came out.
Mm.
Um, Regardless of like which sequel was at that point, because I liked the idea that it was like just like a really fun way to go about Halloween. Also,
True.
fucking I need a
Oh,
uh my babysitter's a vampire.
I remember that.
That
I remember
was such a
that.
fun movie. I don't know why they turned it into a show, but that was such a fun movie.
I was really upset when they turned it a show. Like, no, just leave it a movie. Just leave
Also,
it
the
a movie.
Goosebumps show was so good.
Goosebumps show? What?
Yeah, the Goosebumps show on I don't think it on Nickelodeon?
Honestly, I know people love Halloween, but when people try to make like Halloween themed shows, like there's a kids show called Vampirina, which debuted during Halloween, and they just kept it around, and they even had a Christmas special on it. I'm like, this is a Halloween show. That's really weird. You're gonna confuse kids. They're gonna be like, "Oh, Vampirina has a bat during Christmas. I can have bats during Christmas too." It's like, no. What are you doing?
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, Disney's weird. It was Disney, by the way. So
Always. They
it's
never know
always
what they're
Disney.
doing.
Gosh dang it, Disney. But anyway, that's pretty much all of my questions. We covered like all the stuff. I don't.
Good.
And now we're like
Odd.
looking at it. We're about
This whole stream is a jump scare.
an hour into recording.
Which I say is good content.
True. Well, I think I'm pretty much done with all what I gotta say.
Word.
Unless there's anything else you got.
I am all good. Audience has said their piece on scary movies, and I wanted to know. Praise our Lord and Savior, Jumpscare Kun.
Jump scare gun. I love that. I gotta remember what my outro is because I don't have it memorized. So I guess I'll do my outro now then, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
Well, thank you everyone for joining me and Nancy talking about Halloween and a little bit of Christmas. Sorry.
Hey,
A
bestie.
little fear of Christmas and Mariah Carey into it. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to like and follow. Make sure to follow Antsy on the things that they said at the beginning of the episode. Like, go do it. Why aren't you doing it? Go do it, you loser. Um, if you really liked these episodes, go check my last episode. I was
Lordy.
actually with my friend Coffee talking about fossils. And the next episode, I'll be talking about all the wonderful gemstones of of November, because it's November. I don't know why I said Thanksgiving. I think it's because I'm gonna quote it like the giving month.
It is the month of giving.
Yeah. If you enjoyed it, follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, or join the Discord to be notified of announcements and get insight onto details for episodes. With that being said, thank you for tuning in to this episode. I hope you all have an amazing day, an amazing week, and an amazing month. And as always, and Anstey, if you would like to join me on this last part, rock on.
Rock on. And you guys have a wonderful